Everyone asks the question, what would Jesus do? But what if the answer was a tactical command, a spiritual battle plan hiding in plain sight? Forget feelings and opinions, because the book of Proverbs gives an answer that is so direct, so powerful, it will change how you see the world. We're not easing into this. We're diving straight into the deep end. The entire game plan is laid out in 2 verses. This is Proverbs chapter 22, verses 22 and 23. Listen to this. Do not exploit the poor, because they are poor, and do not crush the needy in court. For the Lord will take up their case and will exact life for life. That is an absolute bombshell. It's not a suggestion. It is a command with a terrifying warning. So let's break down the 3 gut-punch truths this gives us about how a follower of Christ is commanded to act. The first command is crystal clear. Do not exploit the poor because they are poor. This isn't just about stealing a wallet. The original Hebrew here means to seize, to plunder, to take by force from someone who can't fight back. It's predatory. It's seeing weakness and using it as a weapon for your own gain. In our world, that's the loan shark trapping families in debt. That's paying an illegal immigrant starvation wages because you know they can't report you. That's seeing a neighbor struggle and looking the other way because it's not your problem. This is the exact opposite of Jesus Christ. He didn't just notice the outcasts. He hunted for them. He went to the people's society, threw away, and lifted them up. He never saw a person's weakness as an opportunity to exploit, but as an opportunity to show the power and love of God. The first mission is simple. Find the defenseless and defend them. The second command is even more explosive. Do not crush the needy in court. In the ancient world, the court was the city gate. It was their Wall Street, their halls of Congress, their courthouse. It was the center of power. And God says, do not you dare use the system to oppress the weak. This is a direct command to fight systemic injustice. This is exactly what Jesus did. When he stormed the temple and flipped over the tables, he wasn't just having a bad day. He was waging war on a corrupt system. The money changers were using religion to get rich off the poor. So Jesus didn't just give the poor a handout. He took a whip to the very system that was keeping them poor. We're the gates in our world. There are workplaces, our local governments, our school boards. We are called to be the voice for truth and integrity in those places. Following Jesus means you don't stay silent when you see the system rigged against the vulnerable. You speak up. You stand your ground. If you're with me, if you believe we're called to be warriors for the truth, smash that like button so more people see this. Now for the part that should give you chills. Why do we do this? Why defend the poor and fight injustice? The verse gives the most incredible reason imaginable. For the Lord will take up their case. Read that again. When a person has no money, no lawyer, no power, and no voice, God himself becomes their attorney. God Almighty steps into the courtroom and says, I'll take it from here. He is not a distant observer. He is an active defender on the side of the oppressed. And for anyone who stands against them, the verse ends with a promise that should shake you to your core. God will exact life for life. When you prey on the weak, you're picking a fight with their defender. You're picking a fight with God. And that is a fight you are guaranteed to lose. This is the heart of the gospel. Jesus is our ultimate advocate. He saw all of us, poor and crushed by sin, and he took up our case. He didn't just speak for us, he died for us. So what would Jesus do? According to this powerful truth from Proverbs, he would defend the defenseless. He would confront corrupt systems head on, and he would act as a divine advocate, reminding the world that God fights for the vulnerable. This isn't a passive faith. It's a call to action. So here's my challenge to you. This week, I want you to find one way to be the hands and feet of Jesus. Defend someone who is being overlooked. Speak up against something that you know is wrong. Be an advocate. I want to hear about it. Drop a comment below and tell me one thing you're going to do this week to live out this verse. Let's hold each other accountable. Subscribe to this channel and let's build a community that doesn't just talk the talk but walks the walk. Remember, when you stand for the vulnerable, you do not stand alone. You stand with the King. Go be a warrior.